In a significant escalation of the row over the choice of Dr. Manmohan Singh's cremation site, senior Congress leaders Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra attacked the BJP rule centre and accused it of insulting the memory of the two-term Prime Minister and not thinking beyond politics and narrow-mindedness. In fact, leading a no-holds-barred counter-attack, BJP President JP Nadda has said that the Congress and Rahul Gandhi are playing cheap politics in the name of the former Prime Minister. Joining me now is Union Minister Hardeep Puri. Mr. Puri, thank you so much for speaking to NDTV. Leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha and senior Congress leader Rahul Gandhi has accused your government of insulting the first Prime Minister from the Sikh community, that is Manmohan Singh, by performing his last rites at the Nigambodh Ghat, while all former Prime Ministers' last rites were performed at authorized burial sites. Your response?
Maria ji, I wish the young leader of opposition and Congress leader in the Lok Sabha had thought through what he was saying. Let me share with you the facts of this matter, and you will be able to see from there as to how he's trying to mix facts with fiction. First and foremost, the news of the late Dr. Manmohan Singh's demise was received, I think, by the nation around 9 o'clock in the evening or so. Immediately, the Prime Minister ordered or convened a meeting of the Cabinet, 11 o'clock the next morning, and at that point of time, a decision was taken that the late Dr. Manmohan Singh will be given full state honours, military honours, a state funeral, state mourning for 7 days, flags to fly at half-mast on all buildings, and the honours would be of the highest order, 21-gun salute, etc., etc. Then a letter was received from the Congress president, party president here in this case, Shri Mallikarjun Kharge, saying that they would like a special memorial in honor of the late Dr. Manmohan Singh. And at 3 minutes past midnight, I saw a communication from the Home Ministry which agreed to this request of the Congress president. Now let me also share with you some other facts. There is a facility called the Ekta Sthal, where the, which is a final resting place of four former heads of state, 4 former presidents, and 3 former prime ministers. In fact, I'm sorry, it's 5 former presidents and 2 former prime ministers. These are Gyani Zail Singh, who passed away in 1994, Shankar Dayal Sharma ji, 1999, K.R. Narayanan, 2005, 4 and 3, Chandrasekhar ji, 2007, Shri Venkatraman, 2009, I.K. Gujral, 2012, and P.V. Narasimha Rao ji, 2004. Now, this facility, Maria ji, has space for 9 former heads of state and government. 7 are occupied. As I said, 4 and 3, 4 former presidents, 3 former prime ministers. But the request that came from the Congress party clearly wanted something more than that. And that request was accepted by us. If that was to be the resting place, and let's not trivialize, let's not falsify the thing. One of the former prime ministers who is for whom this is the final resting place is Shri P.V. Narasimha Rao. Shri Narasimha Rao ji died on 23rd December 2004, and the Congress party, which is talking about insulting, which is talking about, full honours, respect not being shown, they did not allow the body of the former Prime Minister Shri Narasimha Rao even to be taken to the AICC headquarters. And you know why that was so. Don't let me spell it out. The Congress party has always viewed the party in terms of the dynamics of the ruling family. So Narasimha Rao ji's cremation took place in Hyderabad. It's only, and he died in December 2004, it's only after Modi ji became Prime Minister that in 2015, this was a place finally provided this thing. Equally, look at other facts. It was always a Nehru Memorial. It's a Prime Minister who converted it into a memorial for all Prime Ministers. Otherwise, you know, people like Dr. Manmohan Singh and Vajpayee ji wouldn't have had any place where their history, their contribution can be preserved and nurtured for succeeding generation. So this is all a load of, I don't want to say it on your channel because I want to be polite. Today what happens? Yesterday, full military honors, 21-gun salute, all the dignity that should be extended and the grace that should be extended was extended. Today, when the ashes were taken for immersion, Maria ji, no one from the Gandhi family was there. And I looked hard into that picture. Even the Congress party office bearers like the Mandal Pradhan or the state president, I didn't see any of them there. So what are we discussing?
Sir, talking specifically about not being there to collect the ashes, because of course the BJP is trying to make an issue out of that. What we are being told by the Congress party is that the family wanted to make it a strictly personal affair and they did not want anyone from the party to be present. So why make an issue or politics out of that?
Well, that is no. We are not making an issue of it. All I'm saying is, well, even if the family wants it to be a purely personal affair, he's a departed Prime Minister. Now, you know, when you see pictures of the late Vajpayee ji's gun carriage, the Prime Minister walked the entire route. I saw Amit ji walking the route. I remember my friend Piyush walked the route, the entire route. And it was a sea of humanity accompanying the gun carriage. But when you saw Dr. Manmohan Singh, these are something that Congress party, this thing. Secondly, by the way, the whole issue comes down to how much the party wants to do. If the party does not want to be there for whatever reason, the family doesn't want it, the party cannot make an issue out of this. They are always looking to point a finger at something that was not done. Everything was done. By the way, I did not complete my analysis of Ekta Sthal. Let us say we had agreed, and we have, by the way, the government has agreed that a special resting place and memorial should be erected for the late Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. But you know, did you see the extent of the torrential rain on the evening when he passed away and the next day? Even yesterday it was pouring continuously. If you had taken any land which is vacant just now, you would have first had to drain it. And if drainage, and then you would have had to erect some structure. Whereas Nigam Bodh Ghat, in terms of size, has a VIP ghat, when it has the size. Somebody told me today, you know, could have done it in Lodi. Lodi is too small. Lodi is all right for individual leaders, etc., but not when you have the, you know, the President of India, the Vice President, Prime Minister, Army, the Defense Minister, Raksha Mantri, and the service chiefs providing full military honor. The VIP ghat in Nigam Bodh Ghat is the only ready-made available place. All right, you can argue if you want to, for sake of an argument, no, they should have erected it. Yes, you could have delayed the cremation by several days. But that is not the spirit in which this discussion should take place.
Okay.
It was agreed that the best possible would be done. And even now, my understanding is that a suitable site is being worked out. It will have to be given to a trust that on one rupee rent, and the trust will have to get the memorial erected. Even in Vajpayee's case, it's not that the government has got it done. There is a trust headed by Shri Ram Bahadur Rai, which has been able to do it, of course, in consultation with the family.
Okay. So, one view which, of course, the Congress leaders are talking openly about is that the state funeral was a display of disrespect and mismanagement. And what has been shared by the Congress party on their official handle as well is that the funeral procession was disrupted because of VIP movements and several such things, including Dr. Singh's grandchildren performing last rites had to jostle for space to reach the pyre. So, do you think all this is actually leading, you know, it's a political issue, it's becoming a political issue after the demise of someone who was seen, you know, who's being remembered for his great contribution to India?
Maria ji, I can tell you this is a very low-level politicization. They are trivializing these things. If the route got affected because of somebody's VVIP convoy, for heaven's sake, I don't buy this argument for the simple reason that the remains of the former Prime Minister are being carried in a gun carriage, and they will stop that for a VVIP movement. I reject it completely, number one. Number two, mismanagement. Yes, that mismanagement, the responsibility for that lies entirely in the Congress party. I was part of the funeral arrangements for Vajpayee. It was done by the party, by us, by our Karyakartas. Where were the Congress Karyakartas? They were neither there at the time of the immersion of the ashes nor for other things. Let's be very clear. The Defense Ministry or whoever is providing a state funeral cannot handle the political aspects of it. And to say somebody was not seated, I saw Gursharanji and 3 of their daughters in the front row. I don't recognize all the other members of the family. So this is politicization. And let's not undermine them or diminish the memory of the departed leader. These are not discussions to be held now to score cheap political shots. This is a discussion that can be had in the quiet. Just now we should all be joining and recalling his contribution, extolling his virtues and giving him the memory and send-off. Now, I am also surprised that when it came to taking photo ops, I saw all the Congress leaders there. Lakshmi and I visited their residence. I was there. They were all there. They were all right at that point of time. Now, when the mortal remains came to the party headquarters, they should have satisfied themselves as to what exactly is their requirement. They should have gone to Nigam Bodh Ghat and told them, well, 2 or 3 people more need to be seated, etc. A lot of people who should have been there chose either to be in the background or not to be there, because there is a pressure at times like this. And since the timing was so compressed between the passing away, the next day the body, the mortal remains coming to the late leader's residence, and next day going to the party headquarters in AICC just for a few hours. Now, I'm sure that all this could have been addressed even by the party Karyakartas who were conspicuous by their absence.
Okay. My last question to you will be what I had asked in my first question only, Mr. Puri, that Rahul Gandhi says that this is an insult to the first Prime Minister from the Sikh community. You are from the same community.
First of all, I don't know where Sikhism comes into this. He was a Prime Minister who served the country with great distinction. For 10 years, he was not appointed because he was a Sikh, but the fact that he was a Sikh, a proud Sikh like me, draws great inspiration and courage, and we welcome and we praise that effort, number one. But where was your respect for the Sikh leader when you went to China, signed an MOU with the Chinese Communist Party and forgot to tell the Prime Minister about it? Where was your respect for the Sikh leader, the same leader that you are naming now, when he tore up an ordinance and said, let me tell you, it's all nonsense? That respected Sikh leader or respected any leader wanted to resign. I have known people, I have a personal anecdote on this. I will not say it now, but let a little time lapse. It involves his media advisor, Mr. Pachauri, at that point of time. He was so upset, because I saw him in New York immediately after that. And Mr. Inderjeet Singh Chadda, 1956 batch Foreign Service officer, has given an interview to the Times of India where he says that he met him after that and he was very keen on resigning. And he told him, no, you're a Sikh, you stand your ground. So to bring in a Sikh religion into this, you insult the man, you ignore him. When you had a farewell party for him when he completed 2 tenures, young T-shirted leader wasn't even around. He didn't even show up. Periodically, these people selectively choose fact and then bring it up to Sikh. The Sikh community, the worldwide, was very proud of the fact that one of their religious personalities became Prime Minister of India. They were equally proud when he was, governor of the Reserve Bank, or that he was finance minister. But, this is a very cheap way of bringing religion into a serious political discussion. Dr. Manmohan Singh is one person who bent backwards to accommodate these people. I don't think this is the time to share those stories. I don't want to attack, to tell you what this Congress party thinks of the Sikh religion or the Darbar Sahib, or when they desecrated it, or what happened after that when 3,000 people of my community were killed in cold blood in Delhi? Where was their respect for Sikh religion? And then the father of this young leader said, "Jab bada ped girta hai, to dharti hilti hai." So, Maria, let's leave these things around. These things should be the subject of a separate interaction later.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. Hardeep Puri there, sharing his views on what is being seen as an escalation of the row over the cremation site of the former Prime Minister. Of course, his legacy will be remembered by one and all and was being talked about, but certainly post-death rituals being seen as a new flashpoint between the BJP and the Congress.